I think for myself is, I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just encourage people to register to vote. I think for myself, this is the second time I can vote in an election. At age 22, I could vote when I was 18, so I think do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have, and that's the same thing Taylor did. And I think continue to educate yourself with the candidates.
Caitlin, you've been a star at the Iowa State Fair on 2 butter sculptures, and now you're in a field in Iowa as a carving. It was an amazed corn thing. Is that weird to you, or is you just think the whole thing's cool?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I grew up as a kid, obviously, you're from the state of Iowa, so you go to the pumpkin patch, you go do those type of things in the fall. Corn mazes are a lot more difficult than people probably think if you've never done one. It's very easy to get lost in there, kind of scary if you're not with people. So, I mean, I guess if I have time after the season ends, maybe hopefully I can get there. It's in Indiana, correct? I think. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, pretty cool. I didn't think it was weird. I thought it was great detail. I'm impressed. I don't know how they do that, especially you're not cutting it down from above. So, pretty talented, honestly.
We'll go Christine next.
Caitlin, you liked an Instagram post last night from Taylor Swift that got a lot of attention. And I'm just curious if you could tell us what that post meant to you, and if you are, in fact, potentially going to endorse Kamala Harris. Thank you.
I think for myself is, I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just encourage people to register to vote. I think for myself, this is the second time I can vote in an election. At age 22, I could vote when I was 18. So I think do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have, and that's the same thing Taylor did. And I think continue to educate yourself with the candidates that we have, the policies that they're supporting. I think that's the biggest thing you can do, and that's what I would recommend to every single person that has that opportunity in our country.
We'll go Scott next.
Caitlin, what excites you about this opportunity tonight and Friday, getting kind of that playoff feel against a team that's done it the last 2 years and you aspire to do?
Yeah, obviously this is a team that probably, this is the team that everybody kind of looks to in this league, and as they should with the back-to-back championships, 4 Olympians on their team. They've done some incredible things, and I think the first 2 times we played them, it feels like forever ago. It feels like that was like a whole different season for us. And I feel like we're a completely different team than when we played them the first time. So I think for our group is, understand we're a different team now, but so are they. They've had chances to improve as well. They have more experience under their belt. So I think the confidence for us has certainly built and is at a completely different place than it was the first 2 times we played them. Obviously, we were a young team. I don't know how many games in the second time we played them, but the first time I believe it was our 6th or 7th game of the season. So, and the last of a West Coast trip for us. So I think for us is just find confidence in the time we've put in, the work we've put in, where we've improved. So I think that's that for us. And these are 2 huge games for us. We're kind of almost viewing it as like a mini playoff series in a way, kind of having that day in between. Obviously for our group that I don't think anybody on our team has much playoff experience, maybe other than Temi and Lou. Maybe I'm missing a couple others, but I think it's a good opportunity for us to see where we're at again.
We'll go Carolyn in the back, and then we'll go Chris on the far left.
Caitlin, if I could ask you 2 questions. The first one's about your game. You are an amazing scorer, especially that left, shooting a 3, amazing passer. But throughout your now pro career, what else have you added to your game?
Man, I haven't had much time to really get in the gym and work other than the Olympic break. And a lot of that it's crazy. I still feel like I've improved a lot, and I haven't really had a ton of time to work on my game. I think my floater and my mid-range game, and that's something that, honestly, if you watch highlights from early in my college career, I took a lot more mid-range jump shots early in my college career, and then as my career went on, I kind of just went around the basket in threes, because, those are probably the highest percentage shots. But I think now with how long and athletic rim protectors are in this league, that's definitely an area that I needed to improve. I definitely feel a little bit more comfortable shooting the floater, especially. I've been able to make some since the second half has started. But still, I think that's another area that I can continue to improve. And then obviously defensively, schematically coming from college to the pros, it's a lot different how you guard. So I think that's another way I'm trying to learn and go back and watch film and improve every single night.
And then my last question is about Kelsey Mitchell and how much her emergence of what she's doing has helped you?
Yeah, Kelsey's been amazing, and I think for myself coming in here, like, her leadership was very evident from the first, practice I had here. Whether it was through training camp where she wasn't even active because due to an ankle injury, she was always on the sideline communicating, being there, especially for myself coming in here and having to learn everything really, really fast. She was somebody that was very supportive for me, and I think early on it was kind of a work in progress of playing with one another and learning from one another and playing off of each other. But I think now, even right before the break and then since after the break, I think you can tell our chemistry has really begun to blossom, and we're kind of reading each other a lot better. Kind of that unspoken communication that you need with your teammates on the court, I think that has improved tremendously.
We'll go Chris on the left, then we'll finish up with a special question up front from Alex.
My question's special too, Ryan.
It's very, very much so.
So much to be
No,
determined.
not as special as Alex.
Exactly. Over the last 4 games, you could really move up or maybe slide down. Are you like the media? Do you allow yourself to kind of see how this could shake out in potential first-round matchups, or you just go play your game and let the chips fall where they may?
Yeah, I think you just play your game. I don't think you can get too into, if this team wins or this team loses or these two win, these two lose. Like, there's just so many possibilities that you can't really start breaking it down. I think it takes away from the focus of the game right in front of you. And I think that's why we were so good coming out of the break is, we were focused one game at a time. We didn't look too far ahead. I think that brought us a lot of success. We already know we're in the playoffs, so whoever we get. There's not too much you can do to control that. There's really not anything you can do to control that. So I think for us, it's like go one game at a time. We're here to still win every single game, and once the playoffs come around and whoever our matchup is, you'll prepare for that when you cross that bridge.
Alex, you're up, man.
How do you impact young kids, young girls and boys who accomplish their dreams and you make such an impact on them?
I appreciate it. I think the biggest thing for myself when I show up to these games and I see all the young boys and the young girls, I think it is very humbling, first of all, because I feel like I was just in their shoes and now I get to live out my dream on the biggest stage. And you can see the impact 30 seconds has or 10 seconds has or a high five has on somebody's life from a very young age, and that's what it was for me. So in a way, I feel like I'm giving back, but at the same time, for me, that's very easy. This is fun. This is my job. How lucky am I that I get to do this every single day? So I feel like I'm just a kid too, having fun with all of them, and I'm just very fortunate and grateful.